Hey everybody, this is Ken. I am back with another exciting video and something different for my channel, and it is dealing with charging accessories when you're camping or something like that. I received this item. It's a Kickstarter. Well, I did a lot of research. They have a lot of certifications through Cattle, which is the biggest battery manufacturing, and a lot of brands actually support Cattle. WETOX sent me this, and it's a D2 is what it's called, and it is a discharge adapter, and it goes up to 3.6 kilowatts. One thing that impressed me is they have an app, and you can update the software via the app. You don't have to have a USB. If Tesla does change something with their system, then they can possibly upgrade this and send you a software update where it will work again. The convenience of this, if you're out camping or if your electricity goes out at home, you have your battery in your Tesla where you can use that. Okay, stop the video. Just a quick clarification regarding your Tesla's warranty and bidirectional devices. Tesla's warranty only excludes damage directly caused by using unauthorized third-party adapters or chargers. If you use a bidirectional device like the WETOX D2 responsibly and without causing any damage to the vehicle's electrical system or battery, your coverage remains intact. Please keep that in mind. Now, this doesn't work for all the Teslas, okay? This is, I think, 2021 and above. It has to support CCS because this tricks the Tesla into thinking that it's a high voltage charger. And instead of it charging it, it just discharges it. It does the total opposite. I haven't seen in other videos, it doesn't come in a nice package like this. It's really, really nice. The handle is a plus. This is how this looks. That is a little LED display as well that'll be on there that you'll see. That's how you turn it on. It does have two 120 volt plugs already on there, and it has a USB-C port because it does have a battery in here because it has to power up before it get, communication from the charge port. Look like on the back of it has some cooling area, which is cool. It's very heavy. This right here is what you're going to plug into the Tesla, into the charge port, and that's it. Looks just like a Tesla charge port, but it has the WETOX branding on it. And look at this. It comes with two additional ones. You can just use the plug into one slot right here, and you'll have three instead of just two. So that's pretty cool. And this is the power button right here and all of that. Owner's manual. It has how to download the app as well. The zipper is not cheap, I will tell you. It has all these different compartments right here, which is really, really cool. As I explained in the first part of the video, this is not meant for every car. In order to check that, you have to go here, go into software, and then you go down here, additional vehicle information. And as long as this third spot right here that says CCS and third-party NACS DC charging is enabled. If that is disabled, you cannot use this device or probably any other device. Just grab this cable right here, and of course the Tesla won't communicate with it, okay? Because it's not really turned on at all. So I'm gonna just plug it in so the Tesla just knows something is plugged in there. But once I turn this adapter on, the Tesla will start communicating and checking everything, the BMS system. Now, if it's something that will not work for this, then of course Tesla won't allow this to charge the car. The battery management system is very smart, but it should start blinking once I turn this on. So I'm gonna hit this little power button. The car said ready to charge. Look like it's got a little display that says WETOX logo on it right now. And look like it's blue right now. It's blinking blue, so it's communicating. And now it's green. It's blinking green. So there you go. Perfect. So Tesla just accepted this CCS fast charger is what it thinks it is. But what this device does is it's going to discharge and power whatever I want it to. You see the display, it says WETOX and it says 0 watts. So nothing is being used right now. That is the power button up here as well that's lit up. But I'll show you the start and stop. So if you turn it off, you see right there, that means that it's turning off. Okay, and my car just said charging stopped. If I turn it back on, it's loading up WETOX logo right there. And you see that? It's ready to go. Fun thing about this, some of them start your car, it starts like preconditioning, it's like really loud. This device does not do that. That is another advantage. Start small and just see if I can charge my trimmer battery up, okay? So all I'm gonna do is just plug it in. And it's showing right now only 9 watts. So it's nothing crazy. Everything's fine. Look like it's blinking, if you can see that. So that means it is currently charging, which is great. Simple as that. But if I grab something big like this that will pull up to 1500 watts, and I'm going to show you, see, it's 1500 watts that we can go up to. So we'll see if that responds. Still consistently at 9 watts just with that. I plug that in. There's no wattage yet, but once I turn this heater on, I'll just turn it on fan. That just increased to 26 watts, okay? So that's just the fan, that's all it's pulling. Well, both together, of course. If I choose it up, it jumps up. And you see right there, 1339, 1340 watts right now. If I bump it up to the max, 1500 watts, it's almost immediately reading that. And remember, the app will show you all of this where you don't have to look at the display as well. And I'll show you that as well. So that's how that is. So once I power it off, it should go back down to like 9 watts just for this charger right here. Simple as that. So this does work. The car is quiet as a mouse. There's no kind of preconditioning going on or anything, which is really cool. But what I want to do is I'm going to just set it to fan. Okay, we're going to go in the car really quick to make sure that in service mode, see how the battery looks. I recommend you not going in here if you don't need to go in here. Okay, so I think it's high voltage, should be high voltage system. Thing looks green. Charging. All right, you see right there, everything looks good. CCS station, showing all that. Everything is green. That's the main thing. Tesla accepted this CCS station basically to charge it, and now it's tricking it to discharge it and powering whatever I plug into the 120 volt outlets. Wow. But like I said, you see right here, it's got the animation that is charging, but it's really not charging, if you know what I mean. It's kind of confusing. So let's get out of service mode here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stress it out just a little bit more because it's at 3.6 kilowatts. So I have another one that pulls about 1500 kilowatts. Probably, if you can see that. Okay. So what I'm gonna have to do is turn off this fan. Just unplug that fan there. Then I'm gonna plug in this extension cord, what we have. Okay. So I'm gonna plug in both fans now. Haven't turned them on at all. So I hit the power button, just went up to 1535 kilowatts. I'm gonna turn this up to max now. It just tripped it. So I had a little bit too much. So it does save it there because this probably pulled a little bit more than what it should have. So that's good. If you trip it, it's gonna just completely power off. Be careful with stuff like that. I wanted to really test it out there, but we're gonna go ahead. We don't need this extra extension cord on right now. Once you search for WETOX in the App Store app, and I think also Google Play Store, once you load it up, I think you have to create an account, or you can use Google or if you want. So now we're going to connect this to the app, and I'm going to follow the instructions from this quick start guide, and it says power on. Plug the connector into the vehicle, then immediately short press the power button once. Press and hold the power button for 5 seconds. Once it unlocks, you may unplug it. Looked like it did find it. So I clicked on it, as you can see right there. And this is how it looks. One thing I do wish they would change the actual car. That's kind of ugly to me, to be honest with you. That's fine. But right now, nothing's connected to it. I'm at 78% state of charge on my vehicle. You can auto power it off. You can discharge, limit, version info, diagnostics. So let's plug some things in and you'll see it on the app react to it. We thought this was around 9 watts. So I'm gonna plug it in and you'll see it reflecting. You don't have to look at the display anymore. You'll see it show up right on there, which average like 0.01 kilowatts. So that doesn't do anything. So let's plug in the Big Daddy here. Okay, I'm gonna turn on fan. On the display, it jumped up to like 26 here, and it says the right socket. So it does recognize which socket. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump that up to 1300 watts. And you see we're at 1.33 kilowatts. Every 1000 watts is 1 kilowatt, right? So let's bump that up. It should go up to about 1.5 since I moved it up to full power. The app is a must, and it's really, really nice. And it responds pretty fast, actually. So I'm gonna just unplug this. Now in the left socket, it says 0 kilowatts, and now I'm at 1.52 kilowatts in the right socket. If I turn that down to 1300 watts, it goes down to 1.32 kilowatts. If I go down to fan, it only goes down to 0.02 kilowatts. So we're going to turn that off. It should go to 0. That's simple as that. Keep in mind, this can sit outside when it's raining. It is IPX5 certified, I believe. There are YouTubers out there that have sprayed it down while stuff plugged in, and it still worked just fine. Once it's done, you unplug all your devices. Let's say you're done with it or whatever. Okay. I'm gonna just hold down that power button, and it has a little hourglass on there, and it let me take it out. Simple as that. Pack it up, use it for the next time. That's great. This is a great product. Like I said, there's a few days in there if you want to take advantage of this. It's in Kickstarter, but definitely visit their Kickstarter. They have valuable information. And one major thing about this is proprietary. There are a lot of them out there that just basically take a design and just rebrand it. Nothing unique about it. I love the app integration where you can upgrade it via a software update. And I'll put it up. We'll see you in the next video.